Johnny Martinez pressed his nose against the kitchen window, his breath fogging the glass as he peered into the backyard. The 12-year-old boy's messy brown hair stuck up in different directions, and his thick glasses reflected the afternoon sunlight. His faded blue t-shirt had a small hole near the left shoulder, and chocolate stains decorated the front from his birthday breakfast. Behind him, colorful balloons bobbed from chair backs, and a chocolate cake with 12 candles sat waiting on the picnic table. "It's almost 2 o'clock, Mom," Johnny called to his mother, who was arranging paper plates on the outdoor table. His brown eyes sparkled with excitement as he watched the empty street beyond their fence. The backyard looked perfect for a party, with streamers hanging between the oak trees and a pile of wrapped presents stacked on a folding table. Johnny had spent all morning helping his mother prepare everything, imagining how surprised his friends would be when they saw the decorations. The old clock on the kitchen wall chimed twice, its deep sound echoing through the house. Johnny's smile began to fade as he realized no cars were pulling into their driveway. He adjusted his glasses nervously and checked the street again, expecting to see his classmates walking up the sidewalk with gifts in their hands. The silence felt heavy, broken only by the distant sound of a lawnmower and birds chirping in the neighbor's yard. "Where is everyone?" Johnny muttered, his voice barely above a whisper. His mother looked up from arranging the plastic forks and noticed the worried expression on her son's face. She glanced at her watch and frowned slightly, though she tried to keep her voice cheerful. The birthday boy's excitement was slowly transforming into something darker, like storm clouds gathering on a sunny day. By 2:30, Johnny's patience had completely evaporated. He paced back and forth across the wooden deck, his worn sneakers making soft thumping sounds against the boards. "This is stupid," he shouted, kicking at a small pebble that skittered across the yard. His brown eyes, which had been bright with anticipation earlier, now burned with frustration and embarrassment. The empty chairs seemed to mock him, and the untouched cake looked ridiculous sitting there with its unlit candles. "Maybe they forgot," his mother suggested gently, trying to calm her increasingly agitated son. But Johnny wasn't listening anymore. The anger was building inside him like pressure in a volcano, and he could feel his face getting hot despite the cool autumn breeze. He yanked off his glasses and wiped them roughly on his stained shirt, his hands trembling with rage. "I hate them all," Johnny screamed, his voice cracking with emotion. Without warning, he grabbed the nearest balloon and popped it with his fingernail, the loud bang echoing across the yard. The sound seemed to unleash something wild inside him, and he began attacking the decorations with furious determination. His messy hair bounced as he jumped up to tear down the streamers, leaving colorful paper scraps scattered across the grass like confetti. The birthday boy's rampage continued as he overturned the folding chairs, sending them clattering against the deck railing. His mother called his name sharply, but Johnny was beyond hearing reason. He grabbed handfuls of paper plates and flung them across the yard, watching them spin through the air like flying saucers before landing in the flower beds. The careful preparations that had taken hours to arrange were being destroyed in minutes. "Johnny, stop this immediately," his mother demanded, but her son had already moved on to the present table. He swept his arm across the surface, sending wrapped boxes tumbling to the ground. Some of the packages split open, revealing books and toys that now lay scattered in the dirt. His brown eyes were wild behind his smudged glasses, and his chest heaved with each angry breath. The chaos reached its peak when Johnny approached the birthday cake. He stood before it for a moment, his fists clenched at his sides, staring at the perfect chocolate frosting and the neat row of unlit candles. With a growl of pure frustration, he grabbed the edge of the table and gave it a violent shake. The cake wobbled dangerously, frosting roses trembling like they were afraid. Just as Johnny prepared to flip the entire table, a chorus of voices suddenly erupted from the front yard. Surprise! Happy birthday, Johnny! The sound of running footsteps and excited chatter filled the air as 7 of his classmates came racing around the corner of the house. They carried brightly wrapped presents and wore party hats, their faces flushed from running and their eyes bright with anticipation. Johnny froze in the middle of his destructive fury, his hands still gripping the table edge. His friend Marcus, a tall boy with dark skin and a wide grin, was the first to reach the backyard. Sorry we're so late, man. The bridge on Maple Street collapsed this morning, and we had to take the long way around the whole neighborhood. Behind Marcus came Sarah, Emma, and the rest of his friends, all talking at once about the detour and how excited they were for the party. The anger that had consumed Johnny just moments before began to melt away like ice in the sun. He looked around at the destruction he had caused, the scattered decorations, the overturned chairs, the presents lying in the dirt, and felt his cheeks burn with shame. His friends didn't seem to notice the mess, though. They were too busy surrounding him with hugs and birthday wishes. We thought you might think we forgot about you, Sarah said, her blonde ponytails bouncing as she handed him a gift wrapped in silver paper. As his mother helped the children clean up the yard and reset the decorations, Johnny realized how close he had come to ruining his own birthday party. The rage that had felt so powerful and justified now seemed foolish and destructive. He watched his friends laughing and working together to fix what he had broken, and he understood that letting anger control him had almost cost him something precious. Thanks for coming, he said quietly, his voice thick with emotion. I'm really glad you're here. The birthday cake, somehow still intact despite everything, waited patiently for its candles to be lit at last.